What's up everyone, MK Tom Brady here. In this video, I want to take a good look at the new wake-up system that we all thought we saw in the Rain trailer, the gameplay trailer that was released yesterday. Now, a lot of people saw something in this video that really kind of got them looking like, wait a minute, this doesn't look like what we have in the live game right now. And a lot of people started talking about, new animation could mean one thing or another. And then even went as far as saying, wow, there's no invincibility on delay wake up, etc. I made a short video about this after it was brought to my attention on the new animation. But before I went into detail, I really wanted to put all this to a test and really see what's real about a lot of these rumors and what's just like, oh, we thought we saw something, but we really didn't. So in this video, we are going to confirm what's real and debunk what is not. I mean, it all started right here when we saw a new animation for when Sindel got knocked down. She gets knocked down on her face, so she's flat on her face here, and she kind of pops her head up, and we noticed that's not in our game. And then she gets hit way before she's standing, and we said, okay, that's really not in our game right now. And that's when it all began to start going okay, this means new animation. What could that mean? This means no invincibility, etc. So first, I want to just confirm, yes, there's new animation. That's 100% confirmed. Because if you look at the trailer and what we have now, this is what Sindel looks like if you knock her face down now. She looks like this. And in the trailer, she looks like this. And even if you put them kind of like side by side, you get this. So clearly, and there's no animation. I did every single character's face first knockdown in the entire game and had it and had delay wake up with long delay, short delay, no delay. That face up animation does not exist anywhere in base MK11 or MK11 Aftermath. It is in the ultimate upgrade of the game. So that I can confirm. New animation, and we'll come back to this in a second and what it means. But I want to talk about this no invincibility because that is what we're really kind of have been talking about for a long time. The invincible frames on wake up, etc., etc. So why would something like this have people saying, wow, there's no invincibility? Well, it's because Sindel is nowhere near standing, and everybody noticed this. She's not even close to standing, and she got hit. That's not what we're used to when we play. So I figured I would take a look at it a little deeper. The reason why we all noticed this, like everybody noticed it, is because this is what we're used to in the live version of the game. For one, the most common type of knockdown is the opponent is knocked down on their back, facing up. And then we go ahead and we try to meaty, and all the way up, our attacks just go all the way through their body. And when you slow it down, you get something that, if you were to slow it down frame by frame and kind of take a look at it, you would get something that looks like this. So here's the elbow, clearly going through her entire face, upper body area, and again still going through her, and again still going through her. Even this right here is still kind of in her cone, in her hurt box area. This should still make contact. So this is still considered, this should still be considered making contact with the character. But through all of these points, she's invincible, invincible, invincible. And she's almost completely standing here. She's 1 or 2 frames away from completely standing, and doesn't matter. And this is what we're all used to. So when we see something like this, we're like, all right, wait a minute. This is not normal. So I figured I would do a test on the live version of the game, a face down knockdown off of a throw. And I would use the back 3 too, so I'm going to whiff the back 3, and I'm going to try to use Sub-Zero's elbow because I want a comparison test with the elbow itself, because I used the elbow for this scenario here. So I just want to test, make it so the elbow is either going to make contact or miss, right? So and I want to test the invincibility of what we saw in the trailer versus what we have in the live version of the game. So that's exactly what I did. So right here, Sub-Zero is going to throw Sindel. He's going to whiff the back three, and he's going to try to time the elbow perfectly so it meaties right as she gets up so that she can't move. And we're going to see the difference between the trailer and the live version of the game. Okay, so here it is. Here's the throw. And we're going to try to perform a meaty before she's in her standing animation. Here we go. Whiffs, and before she's standing, there we go. That is a meaty right there. She could not avoid that elbow. Now, I want to compare that with the live version of the game. With the trailer, I should say. So I want to compare that live version with the trailer. So here we have the scenario that we saw in the trailer here, where the bubble is about to hit Sindel, has not hit her yet. In the live version, this is same animation. If you notice, she's got her hand on the ground. She's trying to stand, hasn't totally, begin to like actually pop up. She's just started here. Bubble's about to hit, has not yet made contact with her. The elbow is about to hit, has not made contact with her. So right around the same point, both the bubble and the elbow of Sub-Zero and the bubble of rain have not made contact with Sindel yet. All right. So now we're going to go to the next situation here. She's standing a little bit more, not quite. Her left hand, I don't know if you can see it, has slightly moved to kind of like be on her left thigh to push herself up. Her right hand is beginning to come off the ground here. And it's the same thing here. The elbow has not made contact yet. The bubble has not made contact yet. Her left hand is on her thigh area, kind of like as if she's pushing herself off the ground, like kind of like pushing off her thigh to kind of stand up. That's the animation they're using here. And she still has not been hit yet. So same kind of spot, animation-wise, not been hit, not been hit. Okay, now here is when the bubble makes contact. So she's a little bit more towards standing, not totally standing. Bubble has made contact. Same thing here, the elbow has made contact. The elbow and the bubble made contact at the same point. See, the reason why it caught our eye is because, well, these type of situations look a little different to us. This right here, this wake up scenario, or even if you want to go to here, her animation here in getting up looks a lot different than, something like when they get up when they're on their back. There's a clear difference in how they rise from laying on their back to laying on their stomach. Laying on their stomach, they kind of push themselves up with their hands and kind of do a bent over animation and then go to standing. When they're on their back, they don't have that bent over animation. They kind of just go straight up. And it's a little more obvious that the move is whiffing. The invincible frames are a little more obvious because their body straightens out a little faster, although they still have the same amount of invincible frames. It's just a little more obvious because of the different animations based on if you're on your stomach or if you're on your back. But there's really no difference here. There's no difference from in the situation we saw in the trailer to the situation that we saw in the live version of the game. They have the exact same amount of invincible frames while rising off the same face down kind of situation. So we can confirm that there are no additional, or there's not any less invincibility in the trailer, right? So it's not like, oh, there's more invincibility in the live server now and less invincibility in the, no, not true. You still have the same amount of invincible frames. You have 20 frames while rising off of a no delay, 21 off short delay, and 22 while rising off of long delay. And I see nothing to say there's any difference when you go from the live version to the trailer. But while we can confirm there's not any less invincibility on delay wake up in the trailer, we still have this. Now, what does this actually mean? I mean, really, what does it mean? Because we can clearly see that there is a difference, right? There's a difference in this right here. Like there's a clear difference, right? If you put them side by side, big difference. Well, a lot of people were speculating this could be proof. If you looked at the whole video, there's no short delay in the video. There's only long delay and people get straight up. That could be a coincidence, right? That doesn't mean that it's not in the game. It's just coincidence. Maybe they just didn't do it while they were doing the trailer. Okay. So one rumor was this means that there's probably no short delay. We can't confirm that for sure. People say, well, this animation is a tell, to show when there's a delay. Well, even if you have short delay, even if there was a tell, it wouldn't matter. Because with the invincibility being the same, if you try to actually meaty like thinking they're going to get straight up and they short delay, and you meaty and they do short delay and you're like, okay, they're going to get straight up. Well, your attack is missing, and this short delay they get up and they use their invincible frames to have your moves go right through their body and they get up and full combo you. So a tell doesn't change anything. You would have the same problem at this point than you have right now. So that does nothing for it. So if that's all it is, well, that's not too much, if anything at all. But really, this could actually be nothing but new animation. And, people say, what do I mean by that? Well, let's go to MKX here. If you look at MKX, it's exactly the same. The face up, looking at you when you're knocked down, there's no difference in the animation. It's exactly the same. Even better, you go to MK9. MK9 has the exact same face up. This could be something as simple as they just didn't like the face down lying in your own blood animation, and they said, you know what? We already got this animation in MKX. We already got this animation in MK9. Let's just go ahead and put it here because we don't like this face down on your blood. This could be nothing than a cosmetic change that means nothing and does nothing. Or this could be something like, look at Rain. Rain was an NPC from MKX. This trailer could be based on an early version of Rain. Maybe something about his code. Maybe they carried that over. And when he knocks you down, this is how you got up. And maybe right now in a more updated version of the character, you have the same face down, knockdown. Because MKX and MK9 characters were all like this. Rain was actually in both games. One is an NPC, one is a playable character. This just could have been something as simple as that. And then they took it out. It doesn't really mean it's anything. In reality, this is all that we can actually confirm. There is a new animation for Delay Wake Up. And that's it. We don't know if this means anything for a short delay, anything for forward rolls, anything for off this knockdown or that knockdown. All we know is that they took the animation from MK9 and MKX for Delay Wake Up, and they put it in the game we have now in MK11 Ultimate. But what do you think this means? Let me know in the comments below. I'm always interested in reading the comments and hearing what you guys think and the opinions that you guys have. Obviously, more trailers are coming out. If we see something else, if we see more, if we learn more, obviously I'll update everybody. But for right now, unfortunately, all we know is that we can confirm is something looks different and something may be different. What may be different? Your guess is as good as mine. But let me know in the comments section below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for all your support as always, and stay tuned for more content.